But if you close your eyes,
hello awesome people, welcome back to Prison Architect. And look at our staff being happy, eating sandwiches, eating fruit. Well, he left his fruit, but that's okay. And they're still on break, so that's all super fine. Last episode, we finished up the last part of the cell block. And, oh, you have something there. What do you have? What do you have? Could you please stop? Yeah. It was nothing. Okay. Let's speed the game up. Yeah, last episode, we finished up the last part of the cell block. And we started building some security stuff. So we built this, a lot of solitary cells closer to the security part. We should actually see if you want to become an informant. No, you don't. Do we have any other guys? We have a confidential informant over there. We have to... He is 61%. You know what? We're going to activate you. We're going to see if we can find any snitches. And then put them in protected custody. But this will raise a lot of suspicion for this guy. So he might get killed for this. So that's not the best thing to do. He will now be escorted to security. Which in last episode we built the security place. So let's do this. So we can see contraband. We should also see some other stuff now. A lot of the question marks have gone away, so we can now see who might be targeted. But it doesn't seem like we do have people being targeted. No. So deactivate, you can go back. And yeah, still no real need for protected custody. Well, we have a need, but we didn't know about who were the snitches. And last episode they all got killed. So that's why we started building the security and the armory for better security purposes and hopefully better intel. At least via the CCTV monitors, but we're gonna put some phone taps into at some point and stuff like that. Get some informants in like we did just there, and hopefully find out who we need to put in protected custody. Now, for this episode, in order to actually... There are freaking tunnels everywhere. Let's get rid of those. Yeah. So in order to actually get to the next security level, because that's the goal of this series. Go from minimum security to medium to high, and then eventually get some death row prisoners. In order to do that, we want to have a lot of things for them. So the next part of this series will probably be building up our security levels and then making sure they have the facilities that they need. Like we still need some rooms like the shop, the chapel, maybe even a library, the common room, of course. A morgue would be fine. Having a morgue, we'll build a morgue this episode, probably up here. Whoops, up here somewhere. That would be fine. A yard, they don't really need a yard in my opinion. Although we could box one in somewhere. And a workshop, of course. No more dormitories because these prisoners will kill each other if they're in a dormitory. And yeah, we are slowly getting to all medium security now. 11 minimum security are left. So let's actually see. So for the kennel, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually just do something really simple. Let's just leave the game running. And make a small... like this. And once that's finished, we're actually just gonna take out the wall here. And that will be the kennel. It can be just outside, it doesn't have to be inside. And since prisoners are not allowed here, they will not use it to run away. And if they do, if they run into here, there's still a fence and another fence and another fence. So they will probably not really be tempted to do that. So the fence is ready. Let's go to objects. Is it objects? No, it's materials. Demolish the wall. Let's demolish these two walls. Let's make a room. Let's make this into a kennel. It's a really big kennel. I know, but it looks just better like this. We don't need the entire space that we have to actually get to where we want to go, so. That's one of the reasons why we have such a big visitation room. I just wanted to space out for people. We do have 14 prisoners up for parole though. So what we might do is add some more parole benches and make sure that these guys can get parole. So let's just do this. Let's get these 2 parole rooms in work. We have to get some extra programs for that, but that's fine. It will cost some money, but more prisoners being released early will also bring us money. So let's do that first. Let's focus on that. So that one's finished. Please finish the other. A hand drill? What the heck? Who has put this on the ground? Sell it. So both parole rooms are now finished. So we go to programs and let's we have 4 parole hearings. So let's add 1, 2, 3, 4 more, and let's edit the schedule. So parole hearings. We have 4 shared parole rooms. So you should be set like here, and you should be set here, and you should be set here. Oops, here, here, and here. So we have a lot of parole room now. A lot of parole. This will cost us money, but in the end, it will also bring us money. And we have, you know, there's a backlog of prisoners who need parole. So if we can get them out, that's totally fine because we can get more money from that. And that's also means that we have some more spots for new prisoners. So I think that's fine for now. Let's just continue with the kennel now. So the kennel is over here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make it all grass. Whoops. We're gonna make it all grass. You know what? No, we're gonna make this part concrete tiles and the entrance concrete tiles. And then we're gonna place some objects like dog crates. Like, you know what? Let's just, I don't care. We have money. So let's just do like this. It's a huge kennel, but I don't care. We have the money, why not just do it? Okay, so that's gonna be finished pretty soon, I guess. And then we can get some dog handlers and actually get some dogs out. Now, the prison itself is getting very dirty at some points. You see a lot of dirt on the ground, and we have prisoners cleaning it, but we do have only a small cleaning cupboard, so not a lot of prisoners are working there. So we need some more janitors, in my opinion. So let's get up to 10 janitors and make sure that we can clean the prison a little bit better, because hygiene is pretty important in this game. Don't want prisoners getting sick. I don't want prisoners feeling sad because they have poor hygiene. Look at this. Wow. Let's slow this down a little bit. It's really good that all these prisoners are working in this kitchen, but look at the mess they make. Well, it's not only the prisoners, the cooks themselves make a mess too, but jeez. That's quite amazing, actually. So, we're still doing good on the canteen, we're still doing good on the cells. So, is the kennel ready? No, people still working there. Could the, probably the workers are working on this. Yeah, the workers are working on the forestry. This is what I said before. If you have a big forestry, then sometimes the workers get sort of taken up by all the work that they have to do over here, cutting the trees down and then bringing the logs towards the exports area and bringing the logs towards the trucks. So sometimes this, which in itself is not a lot of work, will actually be a long time to finish. But that's okay. We have the time. We can wait because we also have the money. And getting these dog handlers will also finish this one because we have to assign 2 to a dog patrol. Well, we're gonna assign pretty much more than that. So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. What time is it? It's eating time, so people are in here. Yeah, I think this is still not too crowded. Damn, look at that mess again. Jeez. Oh, we have phones over here, by the way, so that's another thing. We're gonna set a phone tap here. Objects. Let's go into security, phone tap. Let's put a phone tap over here. And we will wire up these phones with the phone tap. So hopefully we can get some more intel. I totally forgot we had phones there. I think in the last episode I actually said that we had no phones, and we would place some. I even checked the canteen because that's a place where I mostly put phones as a sort of common area where they can all get together and use the phone if they want to. But yeah, probably will take a while since the workers are busy, like I said. Oh, the workers are now coming in for the dog crates. Okay. It needs to be enclosed. Okay, so we do need to put in a door. That's totally fine. We're gonna put in a large jail door and just open it up. I think we're still doing fine. There's 2 normal prisoners coming in, so we have to check if they are snitches or ex-police officers. We also should build the morgue, I guess, over here. Yeah. Let's just do that. Let's build the foundation here. And let's place an object. Let's place a staff door. Like right there. I guess that's fine. And let's get the concrete floor going a little bit further. That's gonna be fine. So we have a morgue now. If more prisoners die, I hope not, because we had a lot of deaths in the last episode. I think like we had like 5 deaths or something like that. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's totally hilarious for you guys to watch. It's not so good for me, but yeah. We might even. Why are there windows over here? That must have been something with the clone tool. That is not supposed to happen, so get rid of those windows. It's not supposed to happen indeed that the prisoners can watch the other prisoners shower. That's a bit weird. Although we could just break out this wall though. And make it one big shower. But, nah, I'd like the separation a little bit. This is going fine. We can actually, we have the ability now to get some dog handlers, so let's do that. Sorry. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start with 5 and then set up their patrols and see how many we need. So staff zone only. This is staff only. Outside is staff only, obviously. Morgue is staff only. That's gonna be a morgue. And that's it actually. So that's fine. Let's go to dog patrols and see. Let's have a dog patrol. Let's have a dog patrol. Let's have a dog patrol over here. On the same route as the armed security guard. So they will sniff out any prisoners in the canteen. That's gonna be really good actually. Let's have a dog patrol like maybe over here in the delivery zone, so they can sniff out the stuff that is brought in. So that's 2. We also need dog patrols outside for people tunneling out. So let's have like one like this, and let's have one other guy that is gonna walk inside on the same route, and he is gonna sniff out all the tunnels over here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5. I think this is enough for now because we don't have protected custody. Otherwise, we'll probably place one over here for the tunneling. He will also sniff out people that come in as visitors. So we don't really need one here. I think this is fine for now. So let's have that. Let's continue on. So we have the kennel now. They're still building the kennel. But this part is finished, so we can put in a light. And we can put in some morgue slabs. But before we do that, let's just make it into a morgue. So morgue. This way we actually have a place to store our dead prisoners. Hopefully we won't get any more, but hey, you never know. Let's just do this. That should be fine. That should be plenty. Let's do utilities and let's get the electrical cable up a little bit further, and then our morgue is finished. So another thing done. You had a shiv or a shard or whatever you want to call it, and another early prisoner release prisoner reward. That is pretty good. Let's check our grading, shall we? Can we do that? Prison grading. Okay, before this was 16%, now it's 14%, and we have 93 prisoners been released, paroled early 61, and 4 have reoffended. 1 escaped, 6 died, 1 staff member died. Health is not so great. We need to work on that then. Let's check our programs. What programs do we have running at this point? So we have kitchen safety and hygiene. Fine. Foundation education program 2. Behavioral therapy 1. That's fine for now. Pharmacological treatment of drug addiction. This is actually doing rather well, so let's just leave it in there. The parole hearings, yeah, that's totally fine. Workshop, we don't need. Carpentry, we don't need because we don't have the facilities. General education we don't need because that's the follow-up for our foundation education program. So we first need people passing that. And do we have people passing that? 14 have actually passed that. So at some point we probably need another small classroom to teach this. So alcoholics group therapy, that's a pretty good one, but we need a common room. That would definitely help out with the health. And spiritual guidance, that's also a important one. So we need to focus on that now. So the kennel is finished. Looks amazing. The morgue is finished. So we now should work on the chapel. What did I say? Chapel and probably common room. So yeah. We could deny a part of the forestry, get it out, and then put a common room over here in the chapel. Let's plan that out. Let's see how we could do that. So if we would do this, like something like, let's meet up at the hallway point. Let's do this. And if we divide this, we can probably make a chapel and a pretty big common room. Do we need something else? A shop would be really nice too. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make 3 rooms of this. How long is this? Oops. How long is this? 31 meters. You know what? This is gonna be a chapel. That's 9 meters. That's totally fine. So we have 21 meters left. That means that somewhere here is the middle. Right? 10 and 10. Yeah. So this is gonna be the common room. And this is gonna be the shop. And I think that we're gonna make the shop go into the actual common room. Although the common room is quite small now. So what we might do is just get the chapel somewhere else and make this the common room. Make it pretty big. Have a shop. And maybe have a chapel over here. That actually might be a thing. Let's make the shop a little bit bigger and have the chapel over here in this little hallway. I think that's a good thing. Let's actually divide it like this. That should be a good thing. Yeah, let's do this. So rooms, we're gonna deny this little part. And those little trees are gonna get cut. And we're gonna place a foundation. Can we pay for this? Yeah, probably we can. Yeah, easily. So, open this up. And now we need some objects in here. So we need a door towards the chapel, which will be here. We need a door in the actual shop, so let's put it here. And we need a door into the common room. Now, what we could do is also just get rid of this entire wall and make it an open common room. Which definitely would be easier to see the guys in there. You know what? I like that idea. I've never done it before, so it might be that I just change it when I see it and just think, you know, that's really... that's not really cool. But we're gonna try it out. So let them build that up. Ooh, we found some contraband again. I think when they go to sleep, we're gonna do another shakedown. Because I have the feeling that we are gonna find a lot of contraband then. Let's check our intelligence and our informants. Do we have some people that... Ooh, you want to be an informant. And you're in here for a long time because you murdered and manslaughtered someone. You plead guilty on the murder, but not guilty on the manslaughter. Okay, Christopher Noel. 47 years. You're stoical and quick. You're gonna be an informant. So that's fine now. Let's see. By the way, I always pause this screen so I can easily see where the prisons are. And whoops, what happened there? This guy, Dustin Galacticus Dotson. You freaking assaulted the staff. You freaking destroyed. Okay, yeah. Well, that's the first time that happened in parole. Probably will be happening quite more often, especially when we upgrade. But when we upgrade, we are probably gonna get some armed guards running around here to keep an eye on them and also be very close if they actually snap. I don't think we have any people that actually are being targeted right now, like snitches or something. So the entire protected custody has been a sort of a waste of time right now, which is a shame because it is really cool to have that sort of part secluded from the area. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place these walls, and now that we build up the walls, we can also easily remove this part. And this might look really ugly, but you know what? I'm gonna try it out. I've never done it before. Let's actually see. We do have a lot of expansion room over here, so we might put in some more cells around here. I'm thinking for the future, this part is gonna be death row. So this little corner is gonna be death row with its own parole room. No visitation because I don't allow visitors for death row prisoners. Just because. And we will have the execution room like over here somewhere, and they will have their own entire electrical grid and all that stuff to make it a little bit safer. In my opinion, death row prisoners are easier to handle than like the real extremely scary max security prisoners, because death row, they're just automatically being locked up in their cells the entire day. So only if they go to parole they will get out. But the easy thing about death row is that they stay in their cells. They don't go to the canteens to eat because the food is being brought to them and all that stuff. So it's a little bit easier to handle them. And I've actually never had a death row prisoner who tried to tunnel its way out. So I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if they don't do that or something like that. It should be, in my opinion, it should be a thing. I mean, why would they not tunnel out and other prisoners will? I mean, people who have been in jail for shoplifting in this game, they will try to tunnel out. They will try to escape. So why people in death row not? I mean, why not? Okay, let's continue on. Let's make this, let's actually set up the room so we know what these rooms are going to be. So we're going to have a chapel over here. We're going to have a shop over here. With an opening probably over here somewhere. And we're going to have a common room over here. Now the good thing is that this common room is also quite close to the psychologist's office. So there's a group therapy for something. I think it's, let's search for it. What was the one? Alcoholics group therapy. That is led by a psychologist in the actual common room, right? Yeah. So it's very close by for the psychologist to just go here to lead that group instead of just from here going to the other side of the prison. So that's actually pretty cool. We do need to place in some lights, and at that point we're probably done for the episode. So let's do this. The shop will have like let's do like this. That's totally fine. And the chapel probably the same. Yeah. So this is gonna be for the next episode because I'm gonna stop it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like and a comment saying what you love to see or some other stuff like tips and tricks for the game. You're always welcome to do that. And I'm gonna leave it here. Let's leave the game play for a little bit and see what happens. Ooh, we finished our grants, so we need to pick some new grants, but that's also gonna be in the next episode. So, as always, I've been Hipbone, you've been yourself. Thanks for watching, thanks for being awesome.